Hey folks, this is Rose from In Rose's Garden, and today we're going to work on a Foxy Lady necklace. Well, the Foxy Lady is a SoftFlex design kit, and it's made a whole bunch of earrings and a couple bracelets, but I have yet to use our little fox that we got in our kit, and well, I painted him. Isn't he cute? So he's going to be the middle of our necklace. So let's get down and I'll show you what we're going to do. Okay, I've already got one side strung. We're going to string the other side exactly the same, but there is one thing I have not done to this side yet, and that is to add its dangle. We're going to put a little dangle using these beads right here between these two spacers. So I've got out a couple of ball head pins to do that. And what we're going to do is take Take these beads here, we're going to string them up onto our ball head pin. Just like so. And of course, we're going to do that twice, one for each side. And then we're going to spin these up just like we would an earring. So in order to do that, we'll get our chain nose pliers out, bend this over 90 degrees, and then we're going to get our stepped bell making pliers, put the smallest one into the groove, pull it up and around and over, like so. Do the same with the second. Now, if I was making these into earrings, I'd stop right now, put the ear wire in, and then wind them up. But I'm not. So we're just going to wind these up. Trim our wire off. And tuck it in. Okay. Do the same with this side. Just grab hold of it and wrap it around. Now, the next step to put these onto here, you can see I've left this a little loose. We're going to put this on with a small oval jump ring. So I've got some of those out. I'm going to open our oval jump ring up. Put one of these dangles on it, and then put it over our. Now, a lot of times I will use a bail when I'm doing something like this. I didn't want to use a bell this time because I wanted them to be relatively close together. Let's make sure it's tight. So we don't want it slipping through the wire. Looks good. So then that's going to sit just like so. And then we'll put this side onto our fox through this loop. And we'll do that now. Why not? Since we already have this side finished anyway, other than putting it together, we might as well just put it together. Let's make sure we have our wires straight to each other, and then get them as tight as you want them to be. I think that looks pretty good. Now I use the magical crimpers. You see they've got a divot in there, and you put your crimp right into the divot and squeeze, and then turn, and you keep squeezing and turning until you've got a round little ball and it won't squeeze anymore. So then do a tug test and see if it'll feed onto this, into this bead, which it will, so that's good. So now we bring these down like this. And if we wanted to, since I've got this as the length I want it to be, which incidentally I believe is 10 inches here. It's actually a little longer than my original plan was to make it, but it looks good, so I don't want to mess with it. Yes, it's just a little over 10 inches, as you can see, about 10 1/4. And then of course we have our little fox on there as well. So we can either do the closure already, or we can leave it like it is and just start working on the other side, which I think I probably will do. I said that was a little over 10 inches, right? My wire is, of course, a little over 12 inches. I like a little extra wire. So we'll get out about that much wire. I'd say that was about 13 inches. We'll just go like that. Whoop. Well, I'm going to have to fetch that. This is incidentally SoftFlex Red Jasper that we're working with for our little foxy necklace. And we'll hook this onto our necklace in just a moment. I'm going to go find my spool holder. Okie dokie, we're back now, and we're going to hook this other side onto our fox. Now we could string it all up first, or we could just start with right here, and I'm just going to start right here. So put this little guy onto here. See if we got to get our little loops about the same, since they're right beside each other here. So that looking pretty good. Make sure your wires are sitting pretty good in here. There we go, that's better. Put the crimp tube right in the middle of our divot and squish. Turn and squish again. And tug test, and that feels good. So now we're just going to bead this side exactly the way we've got the other side here. So we will start with our gray diamond shape here. and feed him over the wire. Now he comes out the other end just a hair's breadth, so I'm going to cut that little hair's breadth off so that all of the excess wire is in this one bead. So then we want one of our spacers, gold spacers. Our oh, we didn't put him on his jump ring, so let's get him put on his jump ring. And since I'm putting him right on the jump ring right now, we're just going to feed him right onto the wire as we string, which incidentally is right now for him, because that's the way our pattern goes, with him being the next piece. So then we're just going to go up the line just like we have this one. Eek. I'm just going to follow our pattern along. So we've got one of these gold check glass, a gold spacer, a large red rondelle, a gold spacer, another one of the gold check, and now we're going to put 2 of these little gold spacers, and then 3 of the red discs. Two gold spacers again, and then one of these variegated, I think it's 2 browns, a creamy brown and a more dark brown. 2 of the gold spacers. And then 3 of the red discs again. So we're 2 right here. Now we'll put on 2 more of the gold spacers, and then the gold check glass, the 2 more gold spacers, and 3 red discs. Now as you're going along, if you are concerned that maybe your sides you're doing something off and you don't have your sides quite right, it's a very easy thing to just simply take your two sides, put them side by side and compare. As you can see, we're doing just fine and dandies here. Next thing up is this brown bead. And then just right up the line, just as we're doing right here with the, now we're at the red spacers again. And then the red discs, but they are sort of like a spacer. The 2 gold. Now you see we're back down to the gold check glass. And the 3 red discs. We'll just follow this pattern right up. Keep going. Right up the line, just like we have it. Now I've got this going to be about 20 inches, maybe just a teeny bit longer. If you want it shorter, just don't put all the pattern in. This is just a simple variable pattern that you don't have to continue up any further than you wish to. Looks like I may have put a few extra beads out than I needed, but that's fine. We will verify that we've got the right amount in the pattern, and then if we have extra, we have extra. Okay, we'll hook our bead stopper on this side. And let's verify we've got everything good. And everything is looking just dandy. So now that we've got our both of our sides put together, our little fox with our necklace around. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to put on this large jump ring on one side, and then I don't need the large jump ring. We'll put the chain on with this jump ring onto one side, and then the this swivel clasp onto the other side with this other oval jump ring. So let's get doing that. So all we have to do is, first of all, we want to make sure we've got a little bit of a bow in here so we don't get it too tight. Put our and then we'll put it on with just the jump ring right now. And That is simply so that it will sort of hold the place of the loop so that it doesn't give the impression to the necklace that there's no, that the thread, there's nothing holding the wire up there. So we'll now that's going to look a little bit tight right there, but it will loosen when, because I've got some space here below my finger here. Hopefully it won't loosen too much. If that happens, then I will put a crimp cover over the top of the crimp just to close it up some. So anyway, tube inside the divot and squish. Now, frequently I'll take hold of the jump ring to hold it in place as I do the next few squishes so that I haven't so it doesn't get in the way. It looks like I let it get in the way anyway because my crimp looks weird here. We'll see. No, it's all right. So now I'm going to take hold of the jump ring with my pair of pliers so I've got it good and tight, and we're going to test. Okay, and I think I may have left more room up there than I wanted. Cut off this extra, and see there is quite a gap there. If that, like I said, if I decide it's too big of a gap than what I like, I will put in a cover, but we'll see. First thing we're going to do is go to the other side and get this side done. So we will get our crimp tube in, get our jump ring, go through here, and pull. Okay. Come here, you. And there we go. See if we got this, how loose we have this. Well, this side is a little looser than that side is, but I don't think it's going to be a problem, except for our tail came out here. So we will need to get that tucked back in because we don't want it scratching people's necks. Come on, you. There we go. So that's back in. So our last step is to put on our jumper, our chain, and our lobster claw. So to do that, it's very simple. All we got to do is open up our jump rings that we already had put on here. Put the lobster claw on. And the chain on this side. Now that way, this is about a 3-inch piece of chain. So if you want it to be longer, you can wear it longer. Now usually I put a little dangle on the bottom of my extender chain, and I probably will still do that. In fact, since we have these pieces out, let's just use those. And I'll get a little we'll get a ball head pin. Put this little spacer on the bottom, and then this pretty bead on top there, like so. We'll bend her over. Bring her around. And now I'm going to hook her directly to the bottom of the chain as opposed to jump ringing it. And then we will simply wind this baby up. Broke it. That's fine because I've got plenty still in here to finish up. And tuck that little bit of wire in. And there's our little dangle on the back of our chain. Isn't that pretty? And there is our Foxy Lady necklace, all finished. I hope you enjoyed making this with me. Isn't it pretty? It turned out really nice, I think. I like it a lot. I think he's very cute. There we go. Okie dokie, there we have our little Foxy Lady necklace. Isn't that cute? Like I say, I believe it should be about 20 inches, maybe a teeny touch longer. And then, of course, we have the 3-inch extender chain to, if you wanted, if whoever would like to wear it longer. Let's verify. I'm going to verify that. It actually ends up being about almost 22 inches, so with the little fox down there at the bottom. So there she is. Hope you enjoyed making this cute little necklace with me, and we will see you later. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden. Bye-bye.